In this video, you find out how I use law of attraction to attract my soulmate. He always likes to be in the video. What is up, Glow Up Gang? I am Positively Uda. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. Make sure you hit subscribe if you are somebody who is on a glow up. On this channel, I share my journey so that you can exceed, that you can succeed even faster on yours. And I am answering a question that a lot of people have been asking me. So it's Sunday morning. I just woke up and I just felt like, you know what? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see. Let's do this. Right, how do you attract your mans? Okay, because that is something that a lot of people struggle with, attracting their soulmates or the person that they love. And I use law of attraction to attract a mind, and it really was law of attraction. So I'm going to tell you basically the aspects that were law of attraction. So first and foremost, I let go. Okay. I had just ended a 2 to 3 year relationship. No, I think it was 3 years. I just ended a 3-year relationship. Was it 3 years? Anyway, I ended a long-term relationship, and before I got into that relationship, I was praying to God to find me my husband. So when I met my ex, I was like, oh, okay, he must be my husband. No, it was not him. But I certainly learned a lot. There was a reason that I was with him, which I will explain later. So when we broke up, I let go of the results. I let go of trying so hard and praying so hard to find my future husband. I just let it go. And I just said, you know what? Let me just have fun. I do want to find my future husband. That is my deepest desire in this realm of my life. However, I'm not going to stress about it. I will figure it out. Let me just have fun as I figure it out. And I was able to let go because I realized that at that time, I didn't know exactly what I wanted. I had an idea of what I wanted, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted. I knew what I wanted the guy to be like. I knew that. But because of the past relationship, I learned that how I feel in the relationship is as important, if not more important, than what the guy is like. So as I was brainstorming, trying to figure out, well, how do I want this relationship to feel? And when I say feel, I'm talking about how you want to feel most of the time. Law of attraction is you attract what you're thinking and feeling most of the time. So if you want a good relationship, then it needs to be a relationship where you feel something that you want to feel most of the time. I learned that a relationship where you feel nice or you feel good or you feel happy, though, that wasn't good enough. That's not what I was looking for. You can feel good, nice, and happy with just your moms, your pops, friends, family. But a romantic relationship, you need to feel something even more than that. So I didn't know how I wanted the relationship to be like. So I said, I am going to figure it out. So I will figure it out. But I let go of that result as well. And I just have fun. So I was having fun and asking a lot of questions along the way. I was on Facebook asking young people, old people, people who just got married, people who've been married for 20 plus years. I've been asking all different kinds of people, how did you know you wanted to get married? How did you know he was the one? What are you looking for? I would ask people, and I had been asking people while I was with my ex. I had been asking people as well. So it had probably been a full year that I was, every time I saw somebody in a relationship and they seemed happy, that I asked them, how long have you been together? How did you know? What does it feel like? What were you expecting? How do you think it's happening for you and not for your friends or somebody else? I would ask the real questions. I would get the real tea. And I found that everybody's answers were so different. All the answers were different. The only thing that stayed the same was, you know when you know. So I got to the point where I started incorporating that into my questions. I started saying, hey, don't say you just know. Can you tell me the real tea? And they would say, I hate to tell you this. I know you just told me not to tell you, but you know when you know. So I knew that a part of finding the right one was an element of you know when you know. You will just know. So I also kept that in mind. I kept in mind that, you know what, I will figure out what I want in a relationship, and I will know it when I see it. And I know up here and I know in here that I'll know it when I see it, because that's how it works for everybody else who's happy. They know it when they see it. All right, so I'm having fun, going on all kinds of dates with all kinds of dudes. I was super non-discriminatory, y'all. So non-discriminatory. And somebody I went on dates with that was very notable was this guy. Okay, he was in his 40s. Listen, I'm 20-something. Okay, so for me to go on a date with somebody in his 40s, that was a real stretch for me. And let me just say, it went exactly as I expected it to. Okay, I was not surprised. I was not pleasantly surprised. But I was being non-discriminatory because I was telling myself, you know what? I just want to have fun. I just want to meet people and try new things. Hence, I go on a date with a 40-something-year-old. And not saying this to talk about the guy or the dates, but on the first date, we were walking and talking, and we sat down somewhere. We were talking until dark in like a park or something. Talk until dark in the park. And I asked him, what are you looking for? Because he done been married. He done met the love of his life before and then divorced. He done had kids. His kids were as old as I was. And he's dated girls my age before. I'm just kind of like, that just made me like a little bit side-eye. Like, you've been in a serious relationship with a girl in her early 20s. She was even younger than me. I was like, what you doing with a girl in her early 20s? He was like, well, she was mature for her age. I'm like, listen, somebody who's mature for her age is Zendaya. Zendaya, she's mature for her age, but she's still 21, okay? There's no amount of mature for your age that can remove the fact that you a youngin' chicken fry. But he told me that he was looking for Disney love. That piqued my interest. I'm like, a 40-something-year-old man talking about Disney love. Whereas the rest of the world really, I mean, if you are reading books about love and relationships, they try to tell you not to look for Disney love, to stop believing in Disney love. That's what they tell you in all these books. Here's a grown-as-hell man telling me that he still believes in Disney love. I'm like, okay, bring out the notebook. It's time to take some notes. Sensei, elder, which you are, okay? You're my elder. Teach me. I ain't trying to date Sensei. But I was like, I need to know more. because I just never heard that. I never seen a grown as hell man with grown as hell children talking about Disney love. Tell me more. And he tells me he knows it exists. He knows it's real. He's had it before, but circumstances didn't let it work out. And he wants that Disney love again. And I said, wow, you really, really believe you can have it. You believe it's real. He's like, oh yeah, definitely, absolutely. That poured belief into me, because what girl doesn't want Disney love? Yeah, I want Disney love. I'm sure there's people who don't, but that's what I want. And this person that I'm looking up to him, right? Because he has so much life experience. So I'm looking up to him. And he's telling me it's real. Yeah, I'm absorbing that into my mind, into my heart. Okay? Like a young, impressionable teenager. Okay? I took that in, held it, and I said, okay, it's real. Now tell me, how do you know when you found it? He gave me this example. He gave the example from the movie Love Actually, which I have never seen because I heard it's a craptastic movie. But this dude, he loves watching those type of romantic, cheesy, bad rom-com. He is really into that kind of stuff. So he said, okay, it's like the movie Love Actually. Watch the movie. I still haven't even watched the movie. He said that there's a side story where Jennifer Aniston's character is in love with some dude. The dude's in love with her. Jennifer wants to get married, and she's bugging him. Hey, we need to get married. Come on, what you doing? You say you love me. It's time to get married. What you doing? Dude is like, listen, it's not all that serious. We love each other. That's all that we need. We do not need a piece of paper. We do not need an expensive ring. We do not need an expensive ceremony. Just chill on that. And no, he didn't talk like that. You know, this movie is full of white people. Nobody's talking like that. That's just how I talk when I'm feeling relaxed. So by the end of the movie, she learns that she loves this man, and that's the only thing that matters. She wants what he wants. What makes him happy is what's going to make her happy. So she tells him, if you are so adamant about not getting married, I love you. And if that's what will make you happy, let's do that. I was like, okay. Then the guy also realized what makes her happy makes him happy. So he said, he got down on one knee and proposed to her and said, listen, I know how much it means to you, and I love you, and your joy is my joy, so let's get married. And the dude was explaining to me that it's when making that other person happy brings you your happiness. And that was like a light bulb in my head. I was like, whoa. Why? Because it explained why all the prior relationships that I had was not the one. Okay, my ex, his happiness was not my happiness. I would just do whatever I want. I did not think a second thing about what he wanted. If he wanted something, he needs to go and do it. If he wanted something, go and do it. I support you. Go. May the force be with you. I was not really actively trying to be the thing that brings him joy. Because him having joy, I saw as his job. That's your job. Me having joy is my job. Occasionally, I will ask you to rub my feet. That's it. And then boyfriends before even that was even worse because I was just like, listen, you're the one who wants to be in a relationship with me, dude. Okay, don't be asking me all this stuff. I was not the kind of person that you wanted to be in a relationship with. I was not. And I always viewed the relationship as separate. I'm going to do me, you do you. What makes you happy, you do it. I'm cool. I'm going to do what makes me happy. The concept of, hey, buddy, want to be in the video? The concept of what makes you happy, let me see let me be the one to bring you to happiness, because that is what makes me happy. That is something, yeah, that is something I did not comprehend before. I never even thought of it before. So the light bulb clicked and I was like, oh wow, that's why my ex was always upset. That explains a lot. The light bulb clicked. So I go home and I write, that's it. So in addition to all the things that I want the guy to be like, obviously you want him to be attractive and educated and whatever personality traits that you like. I'm the kind of person, I'm attracted to dudes who are like Jason Bateman. Like, you know, the character that Jason Bateman always plays, like the what do you call it, the straight man. He always plays the straight man, chill, a little bit robotic. That's the kind of dudes that I like. So I already knew that. But now I knew what I want the relationship to be like. Now I know it's more than just two people. There's something in between here. It's a relationship. It's a third element. It's the mastermind, as Napoleon Hill would say, if you're into reading success books. The mastermind, where two or more are gathered, God is present. Or there is a mastermind. There is a other element, a sixth sense. Between two people, there is a third element, the relationship. And now I knew what I wanted that mastermind, what I wanted that relationship to feel like. Now I knew what it feels like. Because when I made that realization, I had the feeling that I wanted to feel in the relationship. Because I knew exactly the feeling that I wanted. Exactly the feeling. I was overcome with peace, calm, the ultimate letting go. When you are filled with peace, you are filled with calm, you are filled with a pleasant knowing, like you have a little secret and you wish you could share it with the world, but how can you? How can you really explain it? All you know is that you have peace and you're smiling. That is the ultimate let go. So I wrote in my journal, okay, this is what I want in the relationship. And I know I will know it when I see it, so it will not pass me by. And I don't care how long it takes for me to find it. I'm so happy because I know what I want. It's kind of like if you know that you want pink nails, pink nail polish, you are not going to settle for yellow. You're not going to settle for hot pink. No, you want this particular shade. You're just not going to paint your nails until you find that shade because that's what you want. Right? That's exactly how I felt. I don't need everything else for the birds. So I was dating around, just trying to have fun. I knew none of these guys, I'm not going to be serious with any of these guys. And there's a tendency with me, whenever I spend time with guys or date guys, somebody wants to get in a relationship. I don't know what it is. I really think it's because of my attitude, my devil may care kind of attitude. Like, okay, you do you, good for you. I am not clingy unless I really, really like you. Or once if we're together, then I'm clingy. I'm like, yeah, because we're together. So I can be clingy. But before that, or sometimes even after that, sometimes even within the relationship, I'm just like, do you leave me alone? And I think that chase, that hunt, that takeaway, as we say in sales, I think that's attractive. And so people, guys, try to get into relationships with me when I'm just like, I mean, you don't want to be in a relationship with me. So there were guys, they were trying to get into relationships, but I was like, no, I mean, I'm not sure. No, I don't think I need all that. Let's just have fun. Okay. But then I go to a meetup and I see a guy across the room. Instantly, like my eyes instantly go to him. He looks like a ray of sun. He's a black boy, but his skin just looks so golden. And I was like, and I ran to the restroom because I'm like, oh, I have to talk to that guy. Something in me said I have to talk to that guy, and I did not want to. But something in me said, you are going to talk to that guy. If you enter this room, you are going to go to that guy, and you're going to talk to him. I go to the restroom. If you're Nigerian, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I run to the restroom because I'm like, I cannot talk to that guy. Oh my gosh, he's just too immaculate. Oh my God. So I run to the restroom, wait for the thing to start, wait for the little mix and mingle to be over. Because y'all, I hate that. I hate that part of events. I do not like to mix and mingle. I am an introvert. And I would just like to get the information that I came for. Let's do the activities that you planned. And I will be on my merry way. Thank you very much. So I come back when the event is starting, and it's a whole other story. I'll save it for some other story time. But needless to say, eventually we do start talking. And we instantly hit it off. Instantly. Now, I could tell right away that he liked me. When I first saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope he likes me. When we started talking, I was like, oh, it's in the bag. I was like, it's in the bag. He likes me. But is this real, or is this just dude being dude? You know what I mean? So fast forward to our second or third date. I don't remember which one it is. Feels so good being with him, feels so good. And I experienced something I never experienced before with another person. And it was what I wanted to feel, but times 100. Like, it was overwhelming. The feeling, the emotion, the connection. Overwhelming. I was like, okay, this is weird. This occurred less than a month. So it occurred a month and a half after I broke up with my ex and just let go. But it occurred like 2 weeks, something like that, 2 or 3 weeks after having the discussion with the 40-year-old that gave me the insight to know exactly what I was looking for. So this happened fast. I was expecting to wait until I was 50-something years old. This happened quickly. And I felt overwhelmingly that feeling times 1,000. And I was a little bit freaked out, but I was like, you know what? Let me bring my logical mind into this. Let's keep going on dates. And it just kept getting better and better. I was still going on dates with these other dudes, which, just random tip, if you are trying to get a guy to commit, go on dates with other dudes. That the dude that you want is gonna be on one knee before you know it. That's just how dudes are. I know for some people that may be counterintuitive, but that makes the guy want you more when you show that you just don't care, and you're going on dates with other people. And if he's like, why are you going on dates with other people? Just say, we're not exclusive. uh, as long as you're not like spreading STDs or whatever. I personally do not have like sexual contact with somebody unless I want to be exclusive with them. Um, but you know, just be like, we're not exclusive, so I'm gonna go on dates, and I'm looking for my husband. So yes, boo boo. I don't know if you're the one. You have not indicated to me that you think I'm the one. So yes, I'll be going on dates. If you have a problem, there's the door. So, and it works. Anyway, I was going on dates with all these different guys still. And I wasn't doing it as a tactic. I don't do that like, oh yeah, this is my tactic to get a man. I just do that because that's just who I am. That's how I am. I want to have fun. And I'm not just going to stay with one person unless I know that you're the person I want to be with. But the boy, why am I calling him the boy? He's a grown man, but he looks so young. So I call him the boy. But he just kept treating me as if I was his girlfriend. Ooh, another law of attraction principle, act as if. He was acting as if he was my boyfriend. He was buying me gifts, helping me with stuff in my life, coming through. He be coming through when I be needing help. You know what I mean? Like, the one thing he would not do was pay. He would not pay for my gas. He said, no, I'm not paying for your gas. That is wifey. That's wifey status. I'm not paying. But then there was one day he did pay for the gas. He paid for the gas. And I was like, so I had to have a conversation. I was like, you're treating me like I'm your girlfriend. You realize that half the time I'm going on dates with other people. He's like, yeah, I know. That's fine. I mean, we're not exclusive. You're not my boy. You're not my girlfriend. I'm not your boyfriend. But I like you, so I'm going to treat you right. So everything was just making sense. The feeling was there. The emotion was there. The attraction was there. Logically, everything was there. And I actually told my ex about him, and my ex was like, because my ex was under the impression that I wanted a guy with a six-pack and a high-paying job. He would just always, like, when we would get into fights, he would just always be like, why don't you just find a guy with a six-pack and a really good job, like what you want? And I would be like, okay, I'm just looking for a relationship with the right person. If he doesn't have a six-pack, if he doesn't make a lot of money, that's fine, as long as he's the right person. And while this guy happens to have a six-pack and, a relatively good-paying job. And I told him, and he was like, yeah. And he looked through his Facebook. He's like, yep, that's what you wanted. I was like, what are you talking about? You always wanted that six-pack and that money. I was like, So anyway, long story short, I just finally admitted, you know what? This is a situation where I just know that I know. Everything is aligned in my mind, in my heart. So let's go exclusive. And now we're engaged. So leave me a comment below. Let me know leave me a comment below. This is an exercise. I want you to write in the comment section the law of attraction techniques that were used to manifest my fiance. Let's see how well you've been paying attention over the months, the weeks that you've been watching this YouTube channel or YouTube channels like this teaching you about law of attraction. I want to see the comments. Oh, by the way, do we have a shout out to the comment winner? Shout out, shout out, shout out. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out. Well, if you want to be a comment winner, you have to leave a comment, though. If you have more questions, leave them in the comments as well. Make sure you like this if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Glow Up Gang. And I hope this helped you. It's an honor and a privilege to share my story and my journey and my experience with you guys. Until next time, much love, much luck. Peace out.